Welcome. This is the Modern Geek Podcast. Coming at you live. Please subscribe through YouTube or Twitch. Hope you enjoy the show. Hey everybody, this is the Modern Geek, also known as Vant Mario, and we're going to be doing another unboxing today, and also continuing our series on wrap-up from Comic-Con, where I kind of go over some of the things that I got, some of the experiences I had. We'll be doing a whole playlist of all those, so you can check them all out. Today, what I wanted to speak to was, for the first time at Comic-Con, and this is going to sound crazy because I've been to Comic-Con for a few years now, I actually started doing some panels. So, I feel like panels are always that thing at Comic-Con. You're trying to run to 15 other places, either for a free giveaway, or a signing, or for whatever event you're trying to get to. And maybe the panel gets nicked, or maybe you go to a panel and it's just not what you thought, or maybe you had to wait a couple hours for that panel and you kind of lose most of the day. Well, in my travels at Comic-Con and the 3 days that I was there, I noticed that a couple of panels jumped out at me. Rebels Season 2 and the premiere of Season 2. The Marvel panels in general. But then I saw on the schedule another panel that I was very surprised to see, which was Disney Infinity's panel. So Disney Infinity did attend Comic-Con, meaning the New York Comic-Con. I know they usually have been attending San Diego and, of course, D23, but they did have a panel at Comic-Con. So I was pretty excited. I was pretty stoked. So I was able to get in on that, and I wanted to kind of go over that experience and what that was like, and share a couple of other takeaways from it. So first and foremost, cool thing about that particular panel, unlike the panels that happen at main stage, didn't have to get a wristband, didn't have to get a ticket, just come on in. What was nice about it, I actually showed up really early because I assumed the whole world will be there because it's Disney Infinity. Why wouldn't they be there? Disney Infinity is amazing. So I actually ended up sitting in on the Marvel panel, which got very real very quick. And it was basically the Marvel panel with editor-in-chief of Marvel, all of the, quite a few bit of the writers and creative people that were there, such as Dan Slott, Mark McGuinness, people who are doing major comic book lines for Marvel. And they went over all the roster of lines that are coming, what's going to be happening to such characters as Captain America, as well as Spider-Man, as well as Captain Marvel, pretty much all the major players in the Marvel Universe that are going to carry us through a lot of the films. They touched a little bit on the Netflix stuff and things of that nature, so it's pretty cool. So I got to actually see that entire panel because I was a good Comic-Con attendee. Showed up an hour early because I'm like, we're going to have to line up. And I was like, I'll just walk on in and just stay for the other panel. So kind of sat at the back, and then I creeped up and kind of got to a pretty amazing part, amazing place towards the end, because I was essentially about 7 rows back now. And then, of course, we transitioned into the Disney Infinity panel. Earlier that day, we had our unmasking news of our new figure, which is none other than Captain America himself. So we obviously have gotten a Captain America figure in the past, but they had announced prior to the NYC Comic-Con panel that they were going to do another figure, and the figure is based off of the Captain America, the First Avenger. So more looking like Cap 2, definitely looking more towards Civil War kind of Captain America. And there is an amazing cover of Captain America, which the pose and stance is taken from, which is just Captain America with his shield sitting down. If you want, you can see some pictures on our Facebook page. I posted a couple articles about it. And I will make sure to have more of that content up for you. And then, in addition to that, obviously they were going to do the panel, and the panel was focused around Marvel Battlegrounds. So it was awesome. The the panel started. John Vignacchi, the whole Disney Interactive creative team was there. All of the story guys from Marvel. Excuse me again. All the story guys from Marvel that are providing all the story for the game, who worked on the story, they were there. And it was just awesome. John Vignacchi is always great guy, really nice guy. Amazing panel. And then obviously, they kind of just went through that Disney Infinity obviously was updated and really kind of moved into Battlegrounds. So we got to see the trailer of Battlegrounds, which was also kind of put up before the event. And then we actually got to see live gameplay. So they actually did live gameplay and showed us more material on just kind of what that was. And it was awesome. They went through the process of their design, how they went through it. And just this idea that really story was driving it, because Marvel wanted to make sure there was a really solid story driving the playset. And then on top of that, the guys that they had do the actual playset, they wanted to make sure there was a really rich combat system and a really rich different type of gameplay. So to sum up what I saw, it's essentially Smash Brothers with Marvel characters. So what's cool is every one of the Marvel figures will work in the playset. It's going to be the first playset that we got 4-player playset action. And also, what's really cool about the playset is they literally went back and added opening animations, retooled all of the moves, all of the things that they're going to do. So every character will play differently in Battlegrounds than they will in like the general toy box, which is awesome. And it also means that they're fair and balanced, so that we're going to have a really fair, balanced combat system. But what was really amazing about it is that all of the boards, are completely destructible. You can destroy stuff, pick it up, throw it at people. But there are also environmental things. So you can literally hit switches to make trains come flying in and hit a character, electrify parts of the board, all kinds of cool stuff. So again, very Smash Brother-esque. And then they even have meters for special moves, so everyone has like an end finisher move kind of thing. Unbelievable. So as we went through the panel, obviously they showed us the trailer, then they showed us some gameplay. But then came the really big announcement. So the moderator says to all of us that you guys are going to get a special surprise today. And so he said, well, we have this cool surprise we're going to give you. And he literally pulls out a Hulkbuster figure, puts it on the podium and says, here's how this is going to work. So you might have noticed we have controllers out. So what they did was they actually passed out controllers to parts of the panel. So actually passed it out to the studio launch, who's doing the gameplay, and the Marvel guys. And then John Vignacchi, John Blackburn, excuse me, we're going to be the announcers and do the play-by-play of it. So they passed out the controllers, and he said, so how we're going to do this is, each section is going to be, so we have 4 players, each section, so the way that the auditoriums are set up at Comic-Con, there was basically a middle section, large section, and then a left and a right section. So he basically assigned each part of the auditorium to a different player. And they're like, whatever player wins, that section's going to get. They're going to leave here today with a Hulkbuster. And so we all lost our crap. Then the gameplay proceeded. Funniest announcement ever, by the way. John Vignacchi should have been an announcer for games. It was hilarious. I mean, we got out of our chairs, we were screaming, we were hooting, we were hollering. I am totally guilty of all of this. And through the gameplay, I mean, just immense fun, immense craziness, and what Disney Infinity should be. One of the other players' controllers even died, and then, of course, my section won. and we started screaming and going nuts and crazy because we're all leaving Hulkbusters. And then, of course, as I figured was going to happen, the announcer was like, actually, you're all going to leave with a Hulkbuster. So, ta-da! So one of my coolest things and awesome things that I love that I got from Comic-Con is I actually got a Hulkbuster. So everyone in the audience got one for free. You know, it's not exclusive to con or anything like that, but it is cool to be able to have Hulkbuster about a month earlier than everybody else. What's cool about Hulkbuster, obviously, is he will work in the toy box. But of course, he will also work in Battlegrounds when that comes out, as will our Captain America and Ultron figures, which we will see later on. So unbelievable. I almost got killed on the way out to get this, but they had tons of boxes. Unbelievable. And then it's funny because I'm making this video now simply 2 days after I was at the panel. And at the panel, they did hint that there was going to be a Star Wars announcement. And if you check my Modern Geek Facebook page, I already actually posted up what will be revealed to us next week. But John Blackberg was like, we're gonna do this. Oh, we're gonna have a bigger Star Wars thing happen. And he's like, shut up. So you can take a look at that as well. And I'll have more reactions to that and talks about that. But without further ado, after my recap of that experience, I thought it would be awesome for us to do an unboxing of this sucker. So obviously, the first thing I will comment to anyone, they talked about this at the panel. So they kept harping on this idea, and it's Jeff who does the figures, about how it has to fit in a box. So, you know, all these action poses or action things, they have to fit within this packaging. Well, the Hulkbuster literally takes up the entire package. So whatever packaging they can do, it's there. It is heavy. This figure is huge. We'll do some size comparisons so you kind of get an idea. But this thing is like, it weighs something. Everyone who saw it that day, they looked at it and kind of picked it up and said, this thing's massive, crazy, just huge. You can see there that nice in-game artwork, Disney Infinity 3.0, and you can see Hulkbuster do a little spin in the box. And again, this is a retail copy of the figure. There's nothing special about it. It's not a prototype. It's not a different pose. So I feel pretty confident with opening it, because there's not anything really special about it. It is a retail copy of the figure. Then we can take a look at the back. So obviously won't work with 1.0 or 2.0. We'll work with 3.0. Then it gives us a little in-game blip. I'm going to read that, which is Hulkbuster. Iron Man's Hulkbuster armor can withstand the Hulk's mightiest blows. And then you'll see sort of the new thing that they did in the figures for 3.0, which is they give you some additional information about how you can utilize them. And you'll see here, if we look, play now in Toy Box 3.0, also unlockable in the all-new Infinity 3.0 Marvel playset. So, you know what? That's kind of interesting, because it does say Infinity 3.0 Marvel playset. It doesn't actually say Battlegrounds on it. And I would think that the final retail box would say Battlegrounds on it, which eludes me that this could possibly not be a finalized one. I mean, it looks, everything else looks, nah, this is a real one. It's got a barcode and everything. Yeah, this is a real one. Okay, I'm still opening it. My brain just said, don't open it. Yeah, I guess they have to say that. Disney Infinity 3.0 Marvel playset. Alright, anyway. I'm harping too much on it. I'm gonna open it, because I don't care. I'm renegade, I'm rogue, I'm crazy. Crazy. And then if you look, there's the roster there. So what's actually kind of interesting is they didn't put the new Captain America figure on there. All of the existing figures are on there. So all the Guardians are on there, all the Avengers are on there. Actually, no. They did not put the Avengers on it either. They didn't put Drax on there. They didn't put Star-Lord on there. You know what? This is making me think less and less that this is a finalized Hulkbuster. Alright, we're gonna open it. I've committed to opening it. It's gotta be a real one. It's got a card in it and everything. Alright, we're gonna open it. Alright, cool. And again, for anyone that doesn't know what Disney Infinity is, it is a toy-to-life based game where you basically put a toy on a base and become that character in the game. For Disney Infinity, there is some structured gameplay, but most of the game is also designing your own stuff, which is awesome. Without further ado, let's get this sucker open. That's it. I did it. Yeah, this is a real one. Oh my god. Thing is so massive. Oh, it still smells like polyurethane. Nice. Alright. Wow, this thing's got a lot of weight to it. Alright, so the first... Oh my lord, this thing is huge. So good thing to note, I always say in these videos, you can play with Disney Infinity figures in their boxes. It's too late to go back now, but I ripped this thing open. I'm really like, I'm a little beside myself that I did that. That's awesome though. But I mean, it's a cool figure. I want to have it out. Oh, this is really dope. Alright, so first off, so let's get a look. I'll get to the figure in a minute. So, like always, comes with a card, so you know you have the Hulkbuster, and that card does have a code on the back for you to do it in the redeem mode of the iPad version or the PC version of the game. Now let's take a look at the figure. Alright, so if you take a look, this is insane. This thing is crazy. It is so big and massive. Just to give you a size comparison. So we thought Hulk was a big figure. So this is like the Hulk in comparison to this feels a little lighter. So this is much bigger. And just kind of give a sense against Captain America. Like this thing is massive. And you'll notice it has kind of that broken earth base. So this is going to be, I think, a little bit more symbolic of the Battlegrounds base. Ultron and him both have that, I think, and then Cap has a little bit more. But the detail on this is amazing. I mean, I love that it's just a hulking Iron Man. So, like, even the Iron Man figure, so just to kind of put them side by side, the Iron Man figure itself, I feel like it has less detail on it than this one does. Yeah, this figure is insane. And again, just sense of purpose, but the amount of attention to detail, there's so much more detail in the armor and everything. It's really, really cool. I'm really, really happy that I was able to get that. It was amazing that they gave it for free, and I had that experience, and it was just cool. It was really, really cool to be there at the panel. Well, guys, again, I'm sorry that these videos are getting a little long, but I think it's worth it. I'm going to try to do some gameplay so you guys can check out the Hulkbuster in-game, which may actually get up before this video. So please, I will refer to this video in that stream, but check out both. If you see this video first, check out the stream. If you are at the stream, I'll be talking about how you should check out this video. As always, let me know what you think of the videos. I would love to hear your stories. Were you at the Disney Infinity panel? I know guys from IGN were at the Disney Infinity panel because they like chilled and hung out for a minute. One of the reviewers there. It's kind of crazy to be there with a lot of the other bloggers and reviewers. Pretty cool. But yeah, New York Comic Con. Who would think? Definitely getting bigger every year. All right, guys. Well, I will see you at the next video. And thanks again. We'll have more Comic Con exclusive content and things I picked up on my travels, as well as more Infinity as the weeks and months go on. All right. Take care.